Hey everybody, how you doing today? Let's talk about Star Trek. On Facebook today, I came across an article that linked to thegeeknerdom.com. 4 reasons why Star Trek 11 should be made. Number one is the return of Commander Sela. Commander Sela is the offspring of Tasha Yar. Tasha Yar was a character from Star Trek The Next Generation who died in Season 1. There was an episode, though, where a rift in time and space allowed an Enterprise C to come through. And as soon as the Enterprise C came through that rift, it created this alternate reality where Tasha Yar did not die in Season 1. And then in that episode, that Tasha Yar ends up going back with the Enterprise C through this rift. Then consequently, the Enterprise C was attacked by the Romulans and defeated, and Tasha Yar was captured. She had a child with a Romulan general. This child is Sela. She ended up becoming an officer in the Romulan military and was a very important figure in the Empire's covert attempts to destabilize the Federation. But Commander Sela, in and of herself, does not really warrant a movie. She's just not a compelling enough character. Number two is more Worf. Now, I don't know what to say other than I don't really think, and I hate saying this because I'm going to get some hate comments probably, but I don't think that Michael Dorn is strong enough an actor to carry an entire movie where he is the center of the movie. Sorry, but that's my opinion. Number three is the potential for more faces. Bringing in more characters from Voyager or Deep Space Nine is A-OK in my book. And in fact, if they wanted to do a whole movie that centered around the Dominion, or maybe centered around the consequences of Janeway nearly killing the Borg at the end of the series Voyager, there's a lot of different potential movies that could be made from the Voyager and Deep Space Nine television series. And while those are good ideas, they're not really what I think a Star Trek 11 should be. Last but not least, number four is death. Simply put, a character should die. A whole movie centered around, say, how Picard dies. Or it could be, Riker or any other member of the Next Generation crew. Now, while all those ideas are good, except for the one with Commander Sela, I really think that's a weak idea myself, but I digress. I think they're good. They really are missing, I think, what really is the most obvious reason to have a new Star Trek movie, and that is, in every Star Trek television series and movie, if the bad guy goes into the past to make a change, the good guys will follow to try to stop him. Now, in 2009, when J.J. Abrams released his Star Trek, he upset the apple cart. The problem is that we have a villain from the year 2387 who returns to the year 2233 and starts to alter the timeline to the extent that he actually creates an alternate reality. We know from Star Trek Voyager that the Federation of the 29th century have time ships of varying sizes, and they're able to detect what they call time inversions, or in other words, changes in the timeline, and they will go back and correct them. We know from Star Trek Enterprise that in the 30th century, there is a temporal Cold War that's going on, and it even goes to the extent that one side has gone back into humanity's past and changed the outcome of World War II that the Enterprise crew has to go back and fix. Given all we know about the Star Trek universe, there would be some attempt from at least the 24th century or the 29th century or the 30th century to correct the damage Nero had done. So yes, I do believe there should be a new Star Trek involving the crew from The Next Generation, DS9, and or Voyager. But I think that the next Star Trek movie should recognize the fact that Spock disappeared into a black hole. It should recognize the fact that Romulus was destroyed. It should recognize all of the extended universe story that involves the star system that exploded and the potential that there was some type of subterfuge huge in what happened. I would also like to see a recognition of the fact that what we know from Voyager, the Starfleet from the 29th century has the ability to monitor changes in the timeline and would have seen Nero change things. It should be recognized that they would probably contact the Federation in the 24th century and notify them to changes in the timeline. But most importantly, a Star Trek 11 needs to be done because the whole alternate universe has to be brought to an end. The reason why is Anton Yelchin. He was unfortunately killed in a freak accident. And unless they're going to replace him or somehow get rid of him, I would think that the current run of the Star Trek reboot needs to come to an end. And what better way to bring it to an end than to have the future Federation come into the past, stop Nero from what he's doing, or at least repair the damage that he did. So that's it. My idea for Star Trek 11. Tell me what you think down in the comments. And if you have a better idea, give it to me. Be sure to check back later on more videos about topics like this, politics, music, games, whatever. Be sure to hit subscribe and also hit the like button. Thank you much.